Hello, I am Derek Mitchell and I've been working in L&D for a while. I recently started my company SIMMPLE, which looks at helping organisations optimise their L&D outcomes. Those who have followed my posts for a while will know that I have a real bee in my bonnet around measuring L&D impact. I hear and see lots of learning functions complaining about how they can't get meaningful experiential feedback from their learners and how getting to level 4 of Kirkpatrick's model is next to impossible. Like if only they got there, all of their needs would be met. I keep hearing that demonstrating business value is just so hard. I thought it was time to open up this discussion and stick my head above the self-imposed L&D parapet behind which we all hide to share some really simple ways to get beyond the various models we use with next to no effort. This is the first short in a series of 3 and it will look at learner experience. The next 2 will look at learner confidence in a topic or knowledge transfer, and the third will look at cold, hard business impact. The key thing being that I want to show that none of this is hard, and you can get a kick-ass learning analytics function up and running quickly, cheaply, easily, and with less effort than you're likely using just now to evaluate your stuff. I will likely say lots of things that you don't agree with, and that's great. Let's open up some cans of worms. Share this video with your L&D connections. Let's get a debate going. Now is the time to nail L&D measurement. Okay, so let's think about our learners and let's assume for the time being that what they think about their learning experience is actually important. How do you currently capture their feedback? I've seen lots of learning organisations asking questions like, what did you enjoy about your material? Or tell us what you didn't like, or how could we improve this for future learners? I have 3 problems with these questions. Problem 1, they're not asked consistently. Let's say we have a group undergoing training in whatever training we've got this week, and we ask, what did you enjoy about your material? And then next week we rerun the same course or a different course and we ask, what did you love about your training? We can't compare the responses from the groups because we've asked different questions. That's a huge lost opportunity. How do we know if things have improved or if they've gone backwards? Problem 2, often answering these questions is mandatory. This will skew any results you get. If I have to type something into a box, I'll type something into a box, but it's not necessarily what I think. Keep it voluntary. Problem 3, let's say you have responses from 40 learners and they've each written 2 to 3 sentences. Who interprets and categorises what they've said? I've seen some L&D functions randomly pick 4 comments, stick them on a PowerPoint deck and say this is the learner's feedback. Is that representative? Probably not. Is it useful or meaningful? Hell no. So we're asking our learners to go to effort to give us feedback which is of little to no use to us, when all we want to do is simply understand their experience. How might we improve this? Okay, ask one experience question, consistently. Moreover, make it really low effort for your learners to respond. Describe your learning experience in 1 word. Ask this question consistently for every piece of material, course, whatever, and it will give you actionable data. It will also give you a great new metric. Benefit 1. When we ask learners to voluntarily answer this question, we get data which is very easy to analyse. By using a simple Excel lookup against a sentiment list, we can see immediately the proportion of learners leaving words with a positive sentiment or negative sentiment. This gives you a new L&D measure based not on your arbitrary selection of comments, but based on what your actual learners have actually said. You might see that an event has received 92% positive feedback, and that's great. Share it with your stakeholders. 92% of people love this. Here's the evidence. But more importantly, you will know that 8% of your learners left saying bad things. In itself, that's great to know, as because you've asked this question consistently across all learning events and formats, you know whether 8% negative feedback is normal or not for your organisation. Even better, if you've tied the words to a positive or negative sentiment, you can easily filter your Excel workbook, Tableau dashboard, whatever, to only the negative comments to see specifically what went wrong for those people. It was long, quick, boring, repetitive, hot, cold, etc. These words you can do something about. Are the learners saying these words typically younger, older, of longer tenure from a particular part of your business? If you identify why these people had a different experience from your positive learners, you can start to tailor your learning. It's important to note that you might need to build up your own sentiment lookup over time, as L&D has its own language. Indeed, your learners might have their own organisational language. As an example, if you take an online sentiment lookup, it will likely show the word sick as being negative. But if you ask a learner how their learning was and they say sick, you can give yourself an air high five. One question asked consistently will give you a sentiment metric which can be tracked over time, is less effort for your learners, less effort for you, is free from bias, and will tell you exactly where your problems are. If you have any problems implementing this, or want your team to be upskilled in analytics tools which make it even easier, or just want to shoot the breeze, drop me a line at simplemethod.com. That's simple with 2 M's. And my next video will explore measuring learner confidence in your stuff simply.